Yes, Trump agreed with her. But there's a difference. There's the active alcoholic and there's the recovering alcoholic, because some never make it to never get to recovery. Sometimes, unfortunately, their bottom is death. Susie Wiles is talking about the alcoholic personality of her, because her father was an alcoholic, and that's what she relates it to, is his drinking days. No, that's not what Trump is like. If you want to relate his personality to an alcoholic, you'd have to place him in the recovering alcoholic category, because that's more that's more rooted in doing the right thing and being strong in conviction of it. Alcoholics are, if they're trying to do the right thing, they're strong about it. I'm a perfect example of that. But what I was when I was an active alcoholic, I wasn't even close to that. I had no idea. No, I'm doing the right thing. No. So she's still wrong, even if Trump wants to agree with her. Trump's brother, who died because of, he was an alcoholic. Everybody, including Trump, has said that him and his brother weren't anything alike. He loved his brother. He did. He's the reason he never drank. But he said their personalities were very different. Not that his brother's was bad or anything. It's just they were different. So he's agreeing with her, likely because once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. There's a reason in AA we say my name is so and so, I'm an alcoholic. Because even if you have 5 days sober, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, you're always an alcoholic. All it takes is starting drinking again, and you'll be right back to the old personality with the spirits of alcohol putting a whole bunch of false identities on you. So I know he agreed with her. He's not agreeing with her that there's no, alcoholics do not have this, they have an entitlement attitude. That's what people are confusing here. There's an entitlement attitude that active alcoholics have. Oh yeah, that is different. But that's always rooted in not knowing oneself, not being on any right paths, because once alcohol has a hold of you, it's not taking you down any good paths. So you're not really doing the right thing. You're just controlled by the wicked spirits of alcohol. It runs your life night and day. You're in complete bondage to it. That is not the personality of Trump. Not to mention he's never drank. So the statement is stupid on the face of it, in my opinion, okay? But if Trump's going to agree with her, I'm thinking what he means is the recovering alcoholic. AA, you learn, you just 1 foot in front, just one day at a time, do the next right thing, turn your will and your life over to God, and surrender to him and let God do it. That's, And so when you surrender to God, God's going to keep us on the right track, unlike what the alcohol was doing. Trump does the right thing. People can say you don't like the way he acts, but he does the right thing. So, and then for those in my comment section saying not true, look, don't even tell me that, you know what, I don't run around and say I'm an expert at a whole lot of stuff. But the one thing I will say is then you don't know. This is what I was trying to say in that video, is I can't stand people that aren't alcoholics that think that they know the mind of the alcoholic. You do not, because it's a mind that's filled with a bunch of identities. They're demon identities. That's the reason I would say the people that understand ego better than anybody in the world is recovering alcoholics. Ones that have gone through the 12 steps. because we're made to, I mean, that's what God pushes us to do, is rip all of it away. You have to go down to the core so much that there is nothing left. Then God does his whole rebuilding process. He rebuilds you and makes you what he wants you to be. And because now you're no longer owned by alcohol, but you're owned by God, you depend on him every day. And because it's one day at a time for alcoholics, we surrender to him every day. It's habit. So for people acting like that everything I'm saying is not true, no, I'm an expert in this area. I'm an expert more than your PhD people. I know the mind of the alcoholic. I do. The prior to recovery, they're manipulative. Okay, they are. I'm not saying they're bad people, but we're manipulative. We have entitlement attitudes. We think the world owes us something. And we look ridiculous. We look ridiculous because all of our entitlement attitudes aren't based on anything of sound judgment, good reasoning, or doing the right thing. I mean, anybody who's ever argued with an alcoholic would know this. Like because who you're arguing with is a bunch of demon spirits. It is. Alcohol is called the spirits for a reason. It doesn't do that to everybody, but people that are alcoholics, they have a whole bunch of identities, spirits, demons that attach itself to them. And so that's why there's no mental health that will help. Like, I hate it when everybody puts alcoholics in the category of mental illness. It's not. It's literally spirits. If we started addressing it more properly, then I think more people would be helped. But the science always wants to do everything their way. Oh, demons don't exist. Okay, well, alcohol forever has been called the spirits for a reason. Because of what it makes you do, how it makes you behave. It's not who you are. How many families say about their loved one that has an addiction problem, this isn't who they are? No, it's not. It's not who they are. It's because those spirits attach, which is why even once you take away the alcohol, you still have a problem there that can only be addressed with God. God is the physician. There are people that, and I mean, I'm a psych nurse, so people really don't even go here. There are people that have comorbidities, like they're alcoholics and they have mental health disorders. But even AA many times will say, at least give yourself like a year of being sober before you assume that you also have, depression or all these other things that, a doctor wants to label you. They don't tell you not to go to the doctor. They're just like, consider this. Because when you're early on in sobriety, you're going to have all these ups and downs, depression, anxiety, happiness. You're coming out of this fog because you've been being run by a bunch of different identities, demons, spirits. And so I hate it when they put alcoholism in the category mental health, because I don't think it's a proper category, because there will never be, no matter, I've seen what the meds they do, they give people all these different meds. And it's like, yeah, we can treat and help people going through withdrawals, the physical withdrawals. But I know better than any doctor or scientist, because I'm a recovering alcoholic 30 plus years. There is no, this is an area where only God is the cure. And that's the reason AA has been around for 90 years and in 180 countries. Because those steps, God inspired, in my opinion, all coming from the Bible. They exorcise all those spirits away.